What the heck is up, y'all? Here we are drafting again. Um, as you may know, or if you don't know, trying to draft a winning team in best ball. We are number one pick here, and let's see how many seconds. We're at 20 seconds. Let me try to explain this really quickly. It's the PPR Frenchie, $5 entry. First prize wins $10,000, and it's 22,000 people go in. First 12, I'm sorry, first 14 weeks, two out of the 12 teams advances, then two out of 10. Then after that, two out of 12. And then there's the final of 124. I know I'm on the clock right now, but I'm for sure going with Jameer Gibbs. Let me just pick him really quick. And he also catches the ball against this is the PPR, the full PPR. So, catch per reception. Again, here you go. The qualifiers, weeks 1 through 14. You want to try to get the most points in the first 14. I mean, throughout the whole season, right? So, um, you know, just trying to make a team. I've entered a few of these already. I believe it's about six of them that I've done already, and I don't know. So just in case you don't know me, I'm Dave. I do these every day, and I figured, what the heck not? Why not stream it since people probably see what someone does, and like I try to think out loud, and so I try to explain like what I'm doing here and all that. So um yeah, man. So welcome to my channel. And I do drink like while I'm doing these and try to have fun and all that. So try to enjoy it, and if you're here with me, welcome. If you're not, then try to, if you tune in later, what it. So just trying to win some big bucks here. Ashton Genty goes at pick 9. Let's just like go back and look at the details in case I didn't explain it right. As you know, like the first 14 weeks, you know, the best two teams out of the 12 advance, and then you go against 10 people, and then two out of those team advance, and then after that, two out of the 12 team advance, and there's a 124 seat final. And if you just like make it to the final, let's see here. Like if you make it to the final, you at least win $100. You know what I mean? If you make it, if you're the first, then great. But you want to, out of $5, you could win 100, or if you could win 10,000. Like, give me that. Like give me that all day. I'm trying to make that money, and I love football, so it's just like you love to see it, right? You want to watch the games and all that, so why not? Trying to see if the lighting is okay in here. Saquon Barkley goes to pick 14. Let's see. I try to see who can I start. Like, I love being at the sides because I get back to back picks. Um, I do like Rashi Rice at this pick, being at 1. Let's see. I'll let it get a little closer and see who I'm able to get. Devon Achan goes at round at pick 16. Then AJ Brown go. Rasheed Rice goes, like, dude, he goes super early to the team at 7. Like, you're messing up my picks here, man. Kenneth Walker goes 19. Brock Bowers goes at 20. Now I'm trying to see like Drake London, Nico Collins. That'd be great. Not a big fan of these guys. Like, that sucks that Rasheed Rice went super early. It's messing up my picks. Like, it sucks that I'm here and I get like, I don't know. I hope Drake London makes it to me. I doubt he will. He'll probably go to one of these two teams here. Hate when they take for it. Drake London goes. He told you. I picked 22. This is a nice like 1-2 right here. I love that. I think they take forever. And I'm like, and I usually take forever, but I just hate when other people take forever. Nico Collins goes, like, I don't know who to take now. Like, I feel like I know I need two wide receivers. I don't want to take Jeremiah Love. I have Jameer Gibbs. Like I'm not a big fan. I know George Pickens was a great wide receiver last year, but it's between like him and CeeDee Lamb. It's CeeDee Lamb is like who's going to be the wide receiver one there. I'd rather get a Buka. I know that Chris Godwin's older now. Like I don't want to take Trey McBride. Like if Bowers would have made it here, great. I would have taken him with another wide receiver. But and I know Buka's going early here, but I need the wide receiver here. It's a full PPR. I have the stacking option later on with the quarterback. I do like Tyler Shug and I do like geez, what's his name? I tend to freaking Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, geez, sorry. It's freaking late here. It is like it's 9 on a Sunday. I watched the the World Cup final and I think I probably had like a 12 pack just watching it and just being with the family throughout like you know within like 5 hours or so. So I don't know. Just give me a break. This guy at 6 just takes back running backs being the full PPR, which is a little weird. Um, but maybe he thinks he'll probably get like wide receivers here. This guy so far at 7 seems pretty good. The three wide receivers. I mean, I do have that anchor running back with Jameer Gibbs, so I'm not too stressing. Like I could have taken Jeremiah Love here in one of these two picks, but I would rather excuse me, I would rather get the wide receiver here and just see how it goes. You know what I mean? Just I feel like I could probably get David Montgomery at round 4 or maybe Bucky Irving. I do have Ibuka, so then like that kind of even gives me like more of a reason to take Baker Mayfield. But like we'll see what the draft gives us, right? Like you gotta see like you can't force anything. But we'll see. Javante Williams goes at pick 35. Josh Allen goes at pick 36. Goes to the James Cook team. Let's see. Malik Neighbors. He takes his first wide receiver is an injured wide receiver. That's probably not going to start till week 5. But you know the NFL or the coaches just kind of like play down injuries. So supposedly he's supposed to be back by week 5. But I doubt Malik Neighbors will be back by week 5. I project him to be back in like week 6, but we'll see. Terrell McMillan goes at pick 38. I like Ted. I somewhat like him more than these other wide receivers here, like Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, McConkey, Zay Flowers, Devontae Pickens, and even Igbuka, if I'm being honest. But sometimes Ted McMillan falls just because in that offense that he's in with the Panthers, and Igbuka being in the better offense with Tampa Bay. I'm going for upside here, so we'll see. Josh Jacobs goes at pick 41, ETN pick 42. Come on, man. Terry McLaurin goes to the no wide receiver team. Cam Scatterbull. So like here I'm starting to see who I'm able to take. Like I mentioned, David Montgomery might be there available, and then I might just take another. I don't know. I'm going to see who I have at 48 and 49 here. I've been drafting a lot of Carnell Tate, but with it being a full PPR, I'm not hitting Devin Montgomery goes. This team's shaping up to be pretty decent here with Jamar Chase, Drake London, Jeremiah Love, David Montgomery. Um, I may go Swift. Swift also does catch balls. I'm going with Bucky Irving because I'm going with the Tampa Bay, but he's hurt. Oh man, do I go Bucky? Do I go Carnell Tate here? Bucky or Tate? Bucky or Tate? Bucky or Tate? I've been taking a lot of Carnell Tate. I'm taking Carnell Tate and see if maybe Kenneth Gainwell is available in these later rounds. After all, he is the catching back. He is a catching running back, so I just want to get one running back here to be able to like not fall too behind at running back, but I also want to take a good wide receiver here to not fall too behind a wide receiver. After all, it is a full PPR, and you do need three wide receivers in your starting lineup. Um, that go into your starting lineup. So, and like if you didn't know best ball, so pretty much like you draft the team, you don't do anything throughout the year or the season. And so it pretty much just goes like your best wide receivers or your top scoring wide receivers go into your starting lineup and your top running backs go into your starting lineup. So depending who does best. So you really are trying to go for the people that have the high potential of scoring like high, you know. But then again, I don't like going after players that are not the starters in their team because you just don't know when are they gonna go pop when they're gonna pop off, right? Like I know DeAndre Swift has a more chance of having high scoring weeks than the than Kamanan guy, right? So and then it's obvious here with their average draft position, so their ADP, and you see like who is the people that are going first or in the first round. So so yeah, so let's see. So far the team's okay. I just like being at one. It just kind of sucks. I wish Rasheed Rice would have made it to me here. Rasheed Rice would have made it instead of Olave. I probably would have taken Jeremiah Love and had like that one too, and then I would have been okay taking like another, maybe DeAndre Swift, or if I probably would have taken um Trevion Henderson here as my third running back because of that upside, like I mentioned earlier. So this guy at 12 is like picking up on wide receivers, which makes sense, right? Because it's like these Malik Neighbors is hurt, and so he needs that wide receiver help. So if I'm at first, I do like taking Makai Lemon and Jalen Hurts, going with that stack, and I do have that elite quarterback with Jalen Hurts, and I gives me that stacking option. Unless this guy here at 5 takes Jalen Hurts, and I've seen it before where they reach kind of like 5 picks before just so they can have the stacking option. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going with what the draft gives me. Christian Watson goes to pick 64, Jordan Tyson at pick 65. Jalen Warren goes. Curious to see this guy at 5 here. Also, I like to see if like any team looks kind of off. Like this guy at 11 already took 4 running backs when it's a full PPR. You know what I mean? So Mark goes. Let's see what this guy takes. Jeremiah Price. I mean, what's his name? Freaking Jadarian Price. Excuse me. This team is actually looks pretty solid if I'm being honest. JSN, Brock Bowers, Devontae Smith, Cam Scadaboo, Devontae, Devontae Adams, Jeremiah Jadarian Price. The guy that took Caleb has Burden, so he's going with the stack. Drake May goes. So I am going with the stacking option that I do like taking here at the one with Makai Lemon and Jalen Hurts. Um, I'll take it. So I do have 4 wide receivers already, 2 running backs, and the elite quarterback with Jalen Hurts. So I'm feeling good so far. I know I have two rookies, but I think right off the bat, starting week one, Carnell Tate's already going to be in that offense and he is more than likely going to be the number one target in that team in Tennessee. So I'm not too worried about it. I do have, I do project these three guys to be my starters. And then Makai Lemon, I even at starting week one as well. He's a great wide receiver, so I'd rather take Makai Lemon more than these guys. I mean, you could you can argue that Quentin Johnson should take over Makai Lemon, but Makai Lemon's in a better offense. Plus, I have the stack with Jalen Hurts, so I'll take it any day. Tucker Craft goes at pick 81. Where did Warren go at pick 55? That's pretty good. Also, when I'm in these drafts, I like to see how many people have the badge here and how many like experienced drafters, experienced drafters I'm drafting with, just because these guys have done hundreds and sometimes thousands of these drafts, and that's why they have these badges. So it's like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 8 out of 12. So sometimes you'll see some of these badged drafters do some like crazy stuff, maybe like this guy at 11, just because they do so many, they try to do different things. And so it's just like, dude, you just kind of like throwing away some money, or I don't know. That's the way I see it. At least for me, I always try to draft a decent team or a balanced team where I think that I want to get through to the finals, right? I want to be able to get some money back for my investment because I don't have deep pockets like these guys probably do, and so also just try to have fun with it, right? So like I don't know, I'm just like rambling over here, but yeah, man, like this, I'm just like some average dude. I do research, but I'm like I don't do deep research. Like I'm not spending hours of doing research on these players, but I do think that I do like surface level research, um, as far as like how training camp is going, how um, what these players are doing, like if these guys are doing backflips like scatterable while like coming off an injury, you know what I mean? It's just like I'm seeing these things. I'm like Alec Pierce, like he had a bandage leg the other day at training camp. It's just like is he gonna be ready for week one? Like what's going on? You know what I mean? So I kind of take that into perspective, or I kind of take that into consideration, I should say, and um, see how it goes, right? This guy that took no wide receivers through like the first three picks just took wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, and is catching up on wide receiver, so it's not too bad. Let's see who I'm actually probably going to be able to take. Ooh, I do kind of like the Patrick Mahomes, Xavier Worthy. Oh, man, I do have the elite quarterback. I don't want to take another quarterback right now. Like I'm probably not going to take Patrick Mahomes. I do only have two running backs. I could go. I do like Xavier Worthy, if I'm being honest. Um, I'm not gonna take Blake Corum in case he doesn't go. Again, Kenneth Gabriel is an option here. Patrick Mahomes goes. Oh, I do like Harold Fannin. I've been loving Harold Fannin. I've been picking him up so much, but also don't want to fall too behind in running back. Let me think about this. Let the time run down a little bit so I could think of it. Kenneth Gainwell does share the same bias DeAndre Swift, so I'm kind of like on the fence with that. Same as Kyle Monangai. So does J.K. Dobbins. Like Harold Fannin is gonna give me more points than Kenneth Gainwell, so like I'm going with my tight end one here. I'm okay with it, and I hope Harold Fannin. He was a great rookie last year, and so I hope Harold Fannin just like is the is just better this. I just hope that's what I hope, man. Like I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, should have I taken Kenneth Gainwell and been able to stack Ekbuka Gainwell with Baker Mayfield? I mean, I know you're not really like it's not stacking when you have a running back, but I could have paired them. Like I could have had the offense. Maybe if it was Bucky Irving, then I would have probably like, all right, man, like it makes more sense. But I'll take Harold Fannin. He's a great tight end. So I know he's in a shitty offense, but like he may be like one of the top targets in that team. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I don't know. So we'll see. Let me see. Like most of these teams seem balanced. I'm trying to see if like any of them just like kind of crazy. I know this guy at 12 seems kind of weird where he took like five wide receivers back to back to back to back. But he did take Josh Allen, so he is trying to make up the wide receivers. Plus Malik Neighbors is hurt, so again he is trying to take these like wide receivers. I'm not a big fan of like Odunze great, but like these wide receivers are just kind of like. You know, it's- you know, with Odunze, you're battling out with the target share with Luther Burden and Colston Loveland. PJ Washington, there's like four wide receivers there that may be wide receiver one. You're talking about BTJ, Jacoby Myers, um, the tight end plus Travis Hunter. They did waste a first round pick for Travis Hunter. So, like, dude, are you really going to take him over like Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson? Even if you're like gonna get another running back, you're really gonna take him over like Jadarian Price, Jalen Warren that catches balls. You know what I mean? Balls to his face. I don't know. So I get it. And then you take Jonathan Brooks as your running back three that just like haven't seen him do anything great. I know he was a great prospect. I know he was good like in college and all that, but like in the NFL level, is he gonna be great? You don't know that. But again, I guess you're going for the upside, right? So this team at 12, I'm not living. I like his first three picks, but then he goes and takes like neighbors. I would have taken McMillan and kind of been like great. And then you would have McMillan, you would have Ted and Odunze as like wide receiver one and two. But so George Kittle goes at pick 113. Travis Kelsey at pick 114. This guy has, I like his. This seems actually pretty decent, except he only has Jared Goff. He actually has Jared Goff to stack with Amon Ross and Brown. So this team is actually looks pretty good. This is actually shaping to be pretty good. Romeo Dobbs goes. Let's see who I should probably be able to take. Should I take my second quarterback with Baker? He shares the same buy as Jalen Hurts, so I'm not going to take him. I don't think I should be taking him. Maybe Tyler Shug. Oh man, jeez, I hate being in this freaking position. I know I am going to take Tyler Shug because I think he is a great quarterback. Do I take Higgins? I want to take Higgins over KC Concepcion, even though I think KC Concepcion is a good wide receiver and may have the higher upside. I just think that Jaden Higgins coming in his second year. Oh man, that is tough, man. Like I only have two running backs. I should have probably taken a third running back. How many wide receivers I have? I already have six wide receivers, so I'm gonna chill it on the wide receivers. I do need to pick up some running backs here. I'm probably going to have to take like six running backs to make up some running back points here. I'm gonna just start picking these. Um, Maybe, just maybe, I'll take CJ Stroud if he falls, just because Cornell does have a different buy. Like these other running backs that I could get here, like they're just like, I just don't think, like it's hard for me to take them over like my third quarterback option, just in case like Hurts gets hurt, or when Hurts is on the buy, and then I could just like between Shug and maybe like say Cam Ward. Like I don't want to take CJ Stroud now, just because like yeah, I only have Higgins, but in my last draft I had Nico Collins, so I thought I would have had that double stack. So I'm definitely not taking CJ Stroud. Sometimes when you're drafting so many teams, like you start getting them confused. So for sure I'm not taking CJ Stroud here. I'm gonna take a third quarterback when you have someone like Jalen or Caleb Williams, but like this guy took Caleb Williams and Burrow for some reason. Like you don't have Jamar Chase, so like why are you gonna take Joe Burrow here? Where you could have taken one of these like Tucker crap. Oh no, you have Trey McBride, but when you could have had like one of these other players, you know what I mean? And more than likely, this guy's the quarterback, knowing the way like he's drafting. He took Sam Laporta after you took Trey McBride in your third round. Like this guy, I'm not too worried about as far as like advancing to target this guy at four. Like I'm not too worried about as far as like advancing to the later rounds. Baker Mayfield goes, so like there goes like my guy. Like I'll probably take Cam Ward, and hopefully one of these quarterbacks make it to me. If not, I'm going to take Dallas Goddard to stack with Jalen Hurts if they fall and make it to me. I'm not gonna take any wide receivers right now, even though like I probably do like some of these guys like Omar Cooper, Jalen Naylor, especially Jalen Naylor being the wide receiver one in his I might just take Jalen Naylor if I'm being honest, and then just be done with wide receivers and like not take any more wide receivers and hopefully take tight ends and maybe another quarterback or two the later rounds. So again, I'll see what the draft gives me. So Daniel Jones goes at pick 138. Chris Rodriguez goes. Like I would have wished Chris Rodriguez would have fallen to me. Like none of these guys like they're gonna fall to me if I'm being honest. So I have two decent quarterbacks. I think Tyler Shug, the last 3 4 weeks that he played is like he looked great, right? So I do need running backs, but I do have Jameer Gibbs. Like I know just week 6 is gonna suck. I'm on the board. Goddard and Woody Marks go. So the Jalen Naylor, like I don't know who to go for. Cam Ward went. Like I really don't know who to get. Um, I'm gonna take Juwan Johnson so I could stack with Tyler Shug and take my second tight end. I feel like he'll give me the same points as like any of these running backs here. Again, I'm almost done with wide receivers. I'll probably just take one more. I do like some wide receivers in these later rounds that could give me some crazy upside. Um, and so like I would have loved Cam Ward if I'm being honest. If he would have fallen to me, like here's who I would have loved: Cam Ward, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. If he didn't like share the same bias Jalen Hurts, or if I didn't have Hurts. I would have probably gotten them in this like these rounds here. Um, but if Sam Darnold, Cam Ward, Tyrone Tracy, Chris Rodriguez, Jenny Naylor, Goddard, maybe even Woody Marks would have made it to me here, I would have taken them. Um, but again, these running backs do share different buys, so I'm okay with it. Like I'm not too bad. I do have a safe floor with Juwan Johnson, in my opinion. Plus, I have double stack with Joe Johnson, Chris Olave, and with Tyler Shug. So, I mean, the Saints did kind of improve their offensive line. Like, Tyler Shug won't have time to throw the ball. So, like, I don't hate this team. I actually love this team so far. I just like my running back. I could use some running back help. But again, like, Tajay Spears, this is a full PPR. Tajay Spears catches the ball more than Tony Pollard, I think, in my opinion. So, Tajay Spears is the catching running back in that backfield, in that team. So, you also got to, like, note who, like, what contest are you in, and like what are you trying, like what's your goal, right? So Tajay Spears, like, you know what, give it to me, let me go do some pull-ups real quick, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Gotta get hype, man. I'm just trying to hype myself up for just like being at the end and kind of getting like, it just sucks you have to wait like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 picks later, you know what I mean? Just kind of sucks sometimes. But all right, y'all. Let's see who we are able to take. Do we have any other stacking options? I do have Shug to stack with Lave. Um, Baker Mayfield goes. So there goes. Camard goes. I do have to stack with Makai Lemon and Jalen Hurts. Patrick Mahomes went and CJ Stroud went. So that's it with my stacking option. I mean, I do have Harold Fannin. I'm not gonna take Browns quarterback. So like that's pretty much it. I could probably get away with just having two quarterbacks. Let's see here. Who should I? Dylan Sampson or Alvin Kamara? Like I know I want to take another running back here. I do like Trey Harris, Alvin Kamara. I do have Tyler Shug, so I could probably take just like two back-to-back running backs here. Um, just with these guys, I could probably take Fernando Mendoza if he doesn't go here, and just have that for sure. That he does share a different bag with Tyler Shug and Jalen Hurts. Again, if I don't take Fernando Mendoza here, so like here's the thing. All right, so I'm going to take Fernando Mendoza if one of these running backs go. Trey Harris goes at pick 165. So if one of those running backs go, I'll take Fernando Mendoza with one of those running backs. Dylan Sampson goes. Watch Alvin Kamara go. Like I just don't know who else what I'll take. Let's see. How many running backs this guy has? He has four. Dot. Yeah, Schultz goes. I'm going to take Alvin Kamara as my running back four, and he shares a different buy. He did resign with them. I am going to take Fernando Mendoza just so I can have like the safe quarterback option in case Hurts gets hurt. Um, and I think I know who I would want as my last wide receiver. And I think I could take him in this like 17th, 18th round. Um, so let's see here. I have three quarterbacks with Jalen. Tyler Shug, and Fernando Mendoza. My four running backs, Jameer Gibbs. I do have him as like my anchor running back, also passing running back. DeAndre Swift also catches balls, which is great. Tajay Spears, uh, Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara does catch the ball as well, and so, although ETN does, Alvin Kamara just signed an extension, so I know for he's gonna stay in the Saints. I do have Tyler Shug, so maybe just in case, maybe ETN gets hurt or they try to share the backfield, I do have Alvin Kamara. I know it's not going to be a 50-50 split, but I do have that Alvin Kamara, Tyler Shug pairing. So not too bad. Again, they did improve their offensive line. Their offensive line looks great. So I'm loving this team. And like the fact that I took some running backs in the later rounds, like I'm okay with it because the two later running backs that I took are great passing back, like passing running backs. So again, it's a full PPR contest. I'm loving. Let me go do some. Let me go do some pull ups again real quick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is how it's done. It's how you draft the team. Go with what the draft gives you, and you draft a great team. Like Alvin Kamara, Juwan Johnson, Chris Olave, Tyler Shug. I know it's the Saints offense, and they're not like the projected to have the best scoring offense, but just in case, going for upside here, just in case they are a great offense, I have that team. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been cool if I would have gotten Jordan Tyson here. It's all right. This guy that took Gunnar Helm at pick 183, he has Cam Ward, so I like Gunnar Helm if I'm being honest as a tight end. So pretty good team so far for you, buddy. I may not take another tight end. I feel like I have a safe floor with Harold Fannin, Juwan Johnson. For sure they're gonna probably give me like 6 points plus. I like Matt Johnson if I'm being honest. I think I'm going to take Emmett Johnson and Mike Washington just to have like the six running backs, just because I took running backs in the later rounds. Um, Emmett Johnson goes, geez, man. So I am taking Mike Washington. I just don't know who else to take as my. I'm taking Mike Washington, and then like the for sure guy I know I was going to take as my last wide receiver seven. So I have this option with Fernando Mendoza. I'm just gonna let it run out, just because like with Jack Bash. So I again we're going for upside here. I do have like these wide receivers that are great. Jack Bash does share a different buy with these other wide receivers. And I do have that stacking option with Jack Bash and Fernando Mendoza. Plus, I do have the pairing with Mike Washington. I'm liking this team if I'm being honest. I am. I am. I like it. Now the option here is leave it with five running backs. I just don't think there's going to be some other running backs here, and then take my third tight end. And I think I'll probably take Michael Mayer with the Raiders offense. Like with Clint Kubiak, the way he is, like he's gonna do a lot of two running back plays, just like he did with in Seattle. So I think Mike Washington is gonna be very involved. Also think there's gonna be like two tight end set. Yeah, could benefit from two tight end offense. So I'm gonna go with the stack. Maybe just some of the games Raiders are playing from behind and they do pretty decent. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. So far, so good. I think, in my opinion. Let me see. Am I able to move my screen? Dashboard. No, I don't want that. How am I able to? I want you guys to see these guys at towards the end. Maybe I'll just tell you guys. So Ted Hurd goes at pick 203. Jordan James goes at pick 204. Jordan James would have probably been at like six running back, or would have probably taken in this like later rounds. So Eli Stowers goes at pick 206. I'm sorry, 205. And Darnell Washington goes at pick 206. Dio Johnson goes at pick 207. And then you guys could see Marshawn Lloyd goes at pick 208. Deshaun Watson goes at pick 209. See, this guy takes three quarterbacks with Dak Prescott, 50%, and Deshaun Watson. You don't know if these guys, these two backs that he got towards the end here are going to be his, like, are even going to be the starting quarterbacks past week 4. So are these great picks? I don't think so. I'm liking my team. After this, we'll like recap and like we'll see the other teams and see like how they look really quickly. Like I have 5 running backs. Like Nicholas Singleton is probably interesting, but I do have Tajay Spears. I'm not gonna take Singleton here. Brennan Allen maybe, but he is in a horrible offense. Like I'm okay taking Michael Mayer. Is there any other wide receiver that I'll probably take? Maybe Kayshawn Booty. But again, I do have 7 wide receivers here. Like I'm okay taking Michael Mayer as my third tight end and have him stacked with Fernando Mendoza, and just maybe, in case Brock Bowers is hurt, or just because they do a lot of two tight end sets, they is like it's a decent offense. And I think it is going to improve this year. Again, they did improve their offensive line this year with like the best center. And also Jackson Powers is back and he's healthy. And so I think the Raiders, people underestimate the Raiders, and I think they're going to be a great team this year. So I'm liking this team. Like I do have a few stacks. Like Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback, and I do have him stacked with Mikael Lemon. I have Tyler Shug. I have him like double stack with Chris Olave and Juwan Johnson, and like with Alvin Kamara, it is a full PPR, so we do have an advantage that Alvin Kamara does catch balls. Again, he is the second running back though. Like he is not the starting running back, but I'll take it. Um, I have Fernando Mendoza as my quarterback 3. I do have the double stack with Jack Bash and Michael Mayer. Jack Bash is in the starting lineup for the Raiders, by the way. So like you can see here, Jack Bash is a starter here, and Michael Mayer is the backup tight end. But again, I do think these two tight ends are great with Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer. I think they are going to introduce Michael Mayer more into like some offense schemes. So with him being like my last, again, like these last rounds, like you're going for upside, right? Like you don't know Darnell Washington is going to be great. He is the second tight end in his team. So Tungus as well. Like he is the second tight end in this team. So like you're just kind of hoping. Cooper Cup is like an old man, so you're just kind of hoping for the best. So him, Michael Mayer being my last pick at like 216, I'll take it, man. Like I do like this team so far. So just kind of recap: Jameer Gibbs is my running back one, DeAndre Swift running back two, Tajay Spears running back three, Alvin Kamara running back four, and Mike Washington running back five. Like running back does not look great, but again, I did take Gibbs as my good running back. If he gets hurt, I'm screwed and I'm fucked. But if he doesn't, and if he puts up points like he's projected to put, I'm like super happy he's on my team, right? But that's why we didn't take a lot of running backs in these later rounds, just because I took Jameer Gibbs in my first pick. So similar to this guy at pick two, where he took Bijan, and then he didn't take Hubbard to like pick seven. I mean round seven, and then Kamananga, Willie Marks. Yeah, his like backup backs are a little more decent, but he only has four running backs, five running backs with like Kamananga, Willie Marks, and Braylon Allen. Like my other running backs more than I like his, other than like Kamananga. So like if you compare Woody Marks, Braylon Allen with like Tajee Spears, Alvin Kamara, like Mike Washington, I prefer that. I prefer my running backs, right? Like DeAndre Swift is way, I think, has a way safer floor than Hubbard. Um, I do like Hubbard. I do like this pick here at 74, but my one, I like my 1-2 more than I like this guy's 1-2 as far as the running back goes. And then wide receivers, love my wide receivers. Chris Olave, Ekbuka, Carnell Tate, Akaman, have a stack with Jalen Hurts. I have Olave stack with Tyler Shug. I have Xavier Worthy unstacked, but I think he's going to be great this year. Uh, Jaden Higgins, also a great option in Houston, wide receiver too. I the second year, and I think he's just gonna show up this year. And I have Jack Besh to stack with Fernando Mendoza. So it's not too bad. I do like to see the projections. I know they don't mean much, but um, I like to see what the other teams are projected to have. And I know they don't mean much, but I do like to kind of. So I'm projected to have 31-48. Let's see if this guy's projected to have more. This, the guy we're just comparing him to. His wide receivers are Nico Collins, George Pickens, Mike Evans. Like, these guys are old as far as like Mike Evans and Shakir go. Like, I'm not. I like my wide receivers more than I like his. I like my running backs more than I like his. Other than like Bijan and Hubbard. So not too bad. This guy's also projected to have more points. This guy has Jeremiah Love, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason, Samson. I do like his running backs. I do like this guy wide receivers with like Jamar Chase, Drake London, Quinn Johnson, Michael Wilson, Antonio Williams, Tim Down. The thing is, like he takes four tight ends. Like I don't know why I would have taken another wide receiver. You only have six wide receivers, so if one of his wide receivers go down, like he may be screwed. You know what I mean? But I do like his team so far. Like Tua, you shouldn't have taken Tua, man. I know you probably were going with the stack with like Drake London, but Tua, it's not guaranteed he's gonna play full year. It's not guaranteed that he's even gonna be like playing more than 5 games. And I guess you could argue the same thing with me. Like you can't guarantee Fernando Mendoza is gonna be the starter, but I think Fernando Mendoza is gonna start after like week 4 or 5. That's why they drafted him in the first round. You know what I mean? So this guy's 32. He has like three pretty decent quarterbacks. So Derrick Henry, Trevion, J.K. Dobbins, Ja'Cory Crosscut Merritt, Brian Robinson. Like I feel like all these guys that I drafted with today seem pretty balanced. It's not too crazy. So this, I feel like this one, Like sometimes you could see the draft and you could see like, oh yeah, this guy took like four quarterbacks, four tight ends, or this guy took six running backs, six wide receiver. This guy took six running backs or seven running backs and five wide receivers. Like you could see that like sometimes they're just like doesn't make sense. And you could see like, yeah, this guy's not making it to the playoffs. Like this guy here, he takes four tight ends with Tyler Warren, Travis Kelsey, Gadsden, and TJ Hawkinson. Like, dude, you took four decent tight ends. Like, why are you gonna do that? Especially with Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, I think, is gonna be like is going to be could be tight end one by the end of the year. He could be the best tight end. Just because like who else is gonna have the target share there? And you could have taken another quarterback or you could have taken another wide receiver, but you take four tight ends. Like, dude, instead of taking Hawkinson, you should have taken another quarterback. But what do I know, right? So, but yeah, like this guy at 12, like I already saw his team earlier. He just takes Jonathan Brooks, then Jonah Coleman. Jonah Coleman's running back three in his team. Anyways, like what do I know, right? That's why we do these every day, and that's why we try to like get better as far as drafting goes, and so that's why we do them. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'm trying to be a little more consistent to like do them at around the same time, but again, like if you guys could see the background, like I have a daughter, and so kind of hard for me. So I only do it like after she goes to sleep, and then like after I kind of clean up a little bit or do a little things here and there. So if um if I'm able to, I'll try to get around 9 p.m. Pacific time. But other than that, I'm on after that. So thank you guys so much. Peace.